Hey guys, my name is Desmond and you might know me as Art by Kid and Art Station, and you're watching iVSi. So I apologize for the absence, but I've actually been really busy the last few weeks because I've been traveling. Been really putting in the work. I didn't even get so completely exhausting myself. And despite numerous attempts to make a video. My name is Desmond and you... oh shit. Hi. My name is Desmond. I'm actually in sunny Cancun right now. So today's segment is... I've now come back and attempted a proper clip from the dev cave. Today's topic is about finding time to do art. In this industry, it's a very common battle with yourself with the idea of finding time to do art. Let's dive into these. Working full-time. Working full-time is a stressful thing and is time-consuming and draining. I won't lie, but every person in the position of a job that they do not enjoy will always lead them down the direction of, if only I didn't have this job, then I had more time to focus on the stuff I love, which is very right if you ask me, but I'll also come on to the reasons why I disagree. Quitting your job to do art. Quitting your job to focus on your art isn't a common thing, but it's something that I've encountered numerous times with friends and people I've mentally mentored or spoken to in depth over the last few years. The bottom line is that you're planning to get your portfolio done in 3 months worth of savings, or without the support of any sustainable living like family housing, then your plans may cut short very quickly. Reason being is that even if you were to ration out your 3 months of savings to 6 months worth of living time, but you're living on water and bread, you're gonna burn out from the struggle. Achieving such goals isn't impossible, but you must be prepared for the struggle. So let's talk about where these stand with each other. If you're already working full time and you're thinking about quitting your job to pursue art, the fact is I personally would strongly advise that you don't quit your job and you just make better use of your spare time. If you're getting drunk every Friday and you're struggling to get work done on your Saturday and Sunday because you're too hungover and that's what's stopping you, then it's quite obvious what you need to correct, no? It may even be that you find that you have no time to do art when you come back from work on your weekdays. I personally would say that this is bullshit. Every hour counts. If you refer back to my last video, I talk about time boxing and the idea of progressively building your portfolio. If you really want this, then you'll have to make use of the single hours you get every weekday to slowly build towards something big. Decide that by tonight, after working at the bar, that I'm going to get this side of this asset textured. Or that by tonight, I'll have a texture sheet done for my foliage that will be ready for meshing tomorrow. Look at things in small cases. There's always time. You just need to understand that every hour of focused work really does matter. That being said, if you have real responsibilities like you have a child you have to take care of and stuff, and you can't find time from that, discard this because that's something that's more important. You may need to quit your job to do something like this. So the bonus to working like this is that basically whatever you do on a day-to-day basis will always feel engaged. You're interested and you're working at full creative capacity. I personally prefer working this way. I work a full day at the studio and when I get home, I have dinner and I open up a few projects and work with it from there until I get tired. So let's talk about quitting your job. If you quit your job and you're living off poor funding, then the fact is that the struggle of eating shit food and not being able to do anything socially interesting will eventually take its toll on you. Can you imagine eating unbranded everything on months on end while working at your portfolio on this death countdown timer to realizing you need to go back to finding work so you can actually live your life? That's already so much more stress that you don't need on top of the stress you're already going to put yourself through. And being told what parts of your project are shit every day on every upload on every forum you're posting on just to get creative feedback, and learning to swallow it all, process it and reapply it to all the hopes to becoming a better artist. I would eat a gun. You'll burn out. It's obvious, and when you're hungry and lonely and dying at the idea of when will I be employable, it's a fast track into depression. Yes, depression happens and is very common in artists who haven't gotten their first gig yet. You may have family backing and you don't need to worry about rent or food, but fact is you're still going to be fighting about with anxiety and depression, pressured by time. Also, my biggest beef with the idea of having all the time in the world to do art is that too much of anything is a bad thing. If I had all the time in the world to do art, you best believe I won't be spending all that time doing art because my mentality will shift. I will no longer feel pure pressure with deadlines because I know I have all the time I need. This is my biggest con with having too much time. Pros of having no time means every moment you get is always going to be productive. On top of that is that you will get bored. Yes, having a passion does not mean that your brain's on 100% of the time and you'll just keep going and going. You will get bored and you will need breaks. Anyone who says they just grind through whatever 16 hours of their day purely doing work for weeks non-stop is a damn liar. They would have taken breaks, they would have realized they've been looking at the project for too long and they need fresh eyes. It's normal, you need to take a step back to keep going, if that makes any sense at all. But in the essence of having all the time in the world, as long as you're utilizing such management techniques such as time boxing, then you'll find that you're making use of most of the time you've given yourself. My apologies if you really are a beast and you can work days without sleep, my props to you. But these videos are not aimed at the S-class prodigy artist. It's for the average artist who needs confidence in themselves to achieve what they believe they deserve. Working long hours doesn't make you a good artist. But working smart and effectively is what makes you one step closer to employable. So this is my video on finding time to do art. I know this isn't the case for everyone and it is very circumstantial. But if you feel you can relate to some of the things I've said, it's probably already going to hit close to home. Please take this with a pinch of salt. This video isn't meant to retract options from how you want to live your life, but it's actually more of a guideline from what I've seen from the fellow artists around me, and hopefully it can help you understand where your shortcomings may be, or even help you avoid situations that you don't actually think you're prepared for. Consider it as food for thought. If this was helpful, please let me know in the comment section below. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.